The following program is a public service of Gulf Coast State College, WKGC, and Commodore Productions. And now, the Military Hour with Cary Dieter.
Welcome to another edition of Military Hour. I've been gone for a while, which you're probably glad of. Had to take an extended vacation for a month, enjoyed it, but I'm back. And today's special guest, we have Dianne Rich. She's combat medic and a Purple Heart recipient. Dianne does an awful lot of great volunteer work, and she's going to tell us about something and an organization today that's going on. Dianne,
Yes.
welcome to
Thank
Military
you
Hour.
so much for having me here.
Absolutely, my honor.
So I really appreciate coming and being able to let everyone know what's going on. Should I start with the hurricanes or the organization? So my brother and his wife, who are fellow veterans, they both are Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom veterans, and they moved to the Virgin Islands because why not?
Yeah, beautiful place, right?
Yeah. So they just got hit with back-to-back major storms, and their island is just completely devastated. My brother's really good with words, and he said that it looks like a giant hand smashed the side of the mountain and just smeared it all down. And the second hurricane that came, as far as they've seen, because they can't get out very far, is a bunch of flooding that wasn't a problem before. So their island's going to need some help.
Now, they're hunkered down in a building that so far has made it through, is that right?
Yes, yeah.
That's
It's
good news.
reinforced steel, concrete, yeah. So, and the roof is still on, and they are very fortunate. They have a generator there that's running occasionally, so.
Yeah, I get that. And not only ours, but I mean the majority of people around the world, not just the United States, our hearts go out and our prayers go out to all the affected areas
Absolutely.
from the storms, because it's been a devastating year.
It really, really has. It's been unbelievable. It's wild. So the two of them are fantastic people. They're two of my favorite people.
And that's Jonathan and Rebecca, correct? Is that right? Okay.
Yeah. So John and Becca, they go by shortened.
John and Becca. Oh,
Yeah.
God, I like that.
Yeah. So John and Becca moved to the Virgin Islands, and they're like, wow, you know, there's a bunch of vets here. This is cool. And they started looking for veteran service organizations. And there's an AMVETS that isn't capable of doing a whole lot.
Small,
Yes.
probably.
Yeah. And there was a VFW at one time, but it closed.
Oh,
And especially, I think our generation is very aware of the 22 a day that we're losing. And we want to do everything that
sad.
we can, to.
absolutely.
So John decided, well, since I'm not a professional therapist or anything, he said, I can at least talk to somebody.
Sure.
So he started this idea for the VI for Vets. So it stands for Virgin Island for Veterans.
Virgin Island for Veterans. There you go. Apropos.
Yeah. And so John and Becca just came up with this idea. They formed this nonprofit down there. They have been able to reach out to quite a few veterans, and that peer-to-peer, contact has been really good. They were just getting going. I think May of 2016 is when they started, so they're been
So
there
relatively new. And it
Yeah.
is a 501c3 in case you get to the website, which a little later into the taping, we'll make sure you can avail yourselves of that. But by all means, if you can make a donation, make the donation. There's a donate button on the website.
Yes,
So.
for sure. It's going to be needed. Like you said, we'll get into that more.
Yeah.
So let's see. So they formed the organization, and they have been able to bring some veterans together by going on these fantastic, I'm so jealous, boat events, snorkeling, and just being around more veterans.
Sure.
And I think that's one of the hardest parts, and I think it contributes, in my opinion, to the 22 a day, is when we get out, we lose that camaraderie.
You feel isolated.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I was a soldier, and now I'm out, and what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And a lot of people,
lost.
Yes, lost is exactly. We lose our sense of purpose sometimes when we get out. and we have to find a new one. So they had done a lot of really fun trips and stuff, or day trips, and they got the community involved. The community down there is just fantastic, very supportive. And they were just really getting good going because they just hosted a spearfishing tournament in August, which I was lucky enough to be there for.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's where they were, and then 2 giant hurricanes decided to just go through those islands and really do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and people shouldn't get the wrong idea. The events that are put together, whether it's your organization or even the VFW or Team Red, White, and Blue, I mean,
Yes.
that group is fantastic about spontaneously putting things together and planning things.
Right.
But it helps bring that camaraderie because we have that connection of the military. And it's almost like we feel safe around one another because we have
100%.
that background.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that's exactly why we wind up becoming members
Right.
of all the organizations and help where we can, when we can, and go forward. But this is, I thought, was fabulous. I was unaware of this until I heard you mention it at one of the VSOs.
Yeah.
The VFW, and you're a VFW member as well.
Yes.
So as soon as I heard it, I'm like, wow, that's a good thing.
And they started out of nothing, you know?
Sure.
Which is pretty amazing. John kept calling me, since my degree's in social work, he was calling me, so I'm kind of like the consultant. But they've done a wonderful job. John and Becca make VI for vets. They made a name for it down there. And
Makes me want to go visit.
it's really great. I know I should have visited on a boat trip because that looked like a lot of fun. Not that the spearfishing tournament wasn't, it was.
Oh,
But
yeah, no doubt.
yeah, so they have a good time, and they've really become members of a close community. You know, living on an island takes a certain character, I suppose, and they fit in, and that's good for them.
I can do it. I've been teasing my wife that if it gets more crowded, we're going to have to find a small island somewhere we can buy and just go.
Right.
Anyway, but she won't hold still for that. But I was equally impressed that immediately the VI for Vets jumped up and wants to help the victims of the hurricane through all that devastation. And so you've got a supply list. At some point, we're going to put that up so people can see that as well as the website. But you jumped to already going to compile and gather necessary supplies.
Yes.
And there's even going to be a pickup point here in Bay County.
Yes.
And where's that going to be?
So the drop-off location for donations is going to be at the VFW on Sherman Avenue. It's VFW 2185. Should we give them the address now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So the address is, that's not the address.
2136.
Yeah, 2136 Sherman Avenue.
Yeah, it's close to the post number, and I usually get them mixed up.
Backwards. Yeah.
I'll transpose them, all that good stuff. So I'm so dyslexic, I say I'm slick dexic.
Oh, gosh.
That's really bad. But that's going to be the drop-off point. If you're not familiar with where it is, it's just north of the fairgrounds on Sherman Avenue off 98 and Sherman.
Right.
I guess about a mile north, maybe.
About.
Yeah,
Yeah.
half a mile to a mile north. But just a fabulous, fabulous thing that you guys are doing. And the website is www.viforvets.org. And then you also have Facebook.
Yes.
And the
Which is
Facebook.
more updated.
Yeah, I mean, that's the social media. And,
Yeah.
more updated because things can happen in real time, real quick
Yeah.
without a webmaster. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Our
So-
webmaster is someplace that doesn't have great internet right now.
Well, that happens. I understand that one too. And that one is, of course, the Facebook.com VI, the number 4 vets. And I think that's all you got to put in there once you're on Facebook. So check it out and check out the website too, because a lot of great information there. And I can't thank you enough for what you guys are doing, because I just, like I said, when I heard this I guess it was last Monday.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
Monday night, yeah.
You know, I got a
think so.
memory like
or
a chicken.
Tuesday night.
Yeah, I got a memory like a chicken. So, but when I heard, I'm like, man, that's really good that somebody's jumped up. Other than the standard, you know, like Red Cross and all that other stuff that rushes in, but this is just an amazing thing that you're doing, and very commendable. And
I'm excited about it because VI for Vets wants to do stuff like this. This is what it's all about, is veterans and community and coming together to make sure that we all come out the other side.
there you go.
Whether it be a hurricane or rebuilding a community.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's really exciting, and we got some reports from reliable sources saying that it's been difficult for some of the people to get the supplies. It's been hard to get supplies for a lot of the people.
Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. I mean, just the logistics involved in that type of crisis and devastation is formidable. Is not even a good word to use. It's just it's almost a logistical nightmare.
Yeah,
it'll
absolutely.
get done,
Yeah.
but you know how it goes. There's always going to be some wrinkles that have to be worked out.
And the island's, you know, so spread out with different communities within the different bays and stuff. So having distribution points, getting people to distribution points, and then they're standing in long lines in very hot weather. So the people really need somebody that can get around the island and get the supplies to them.
Right.
You know, so.
And I'm going to cheat sheet this because you were gracious enough to let me get a hold of this, but some of the pressing needs are generators and chainsaws, gas cans, men's work clothes, mosquito coils and reef and mosquito repellents. I can imagine so.
Yes.
I've had to be underneath the net before when you sleep at night and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You better have some or you're going to get eaten alive.
My brother just got over dengue fever right
Oh, my
before the
goodness.
first hurricane, so I hope he doesn't get it again.
Yeah, I hope not too. But you know, and the usual stuff, you know, dish soap, battery-powered fans, solar battery chargers, and solar-powered lanterns. You name it, they need it.
Right.
I mean, the list can go on and on and on.
Absolutely.
Bath soap, toilet papers, cleaning agents. I mean, the list
Absolutely.
just goes on and on and on. So I like flip-flops.
But
Gotta have flip-flops.
okay,
though.
John was telling me yesterday, he goes, what if there's people that just lost everything and they're on their last pair of flip-flops and they blow out?
Yeah.
They're out of luck. He's like, we need flip-flops. That's what we wear here. So VI for Vets is trying to get a whole lot of flip-flops.
Yeah, anything and everything that you can get. Yeah, when you don't have them, that's, you know, you need them.
Right.
For sure. And I'm so old, we used to call those Zories.
I've never even heard of that.
Probably not. Yeah, I'm like an antique, so yeah. Before they were flip flops, we called them Zories or thongs, which today you can't use that word
Right.
because it's a whole other deal. So
It's a completely different meaning, yeah.
yeah,
for sure.
different article of clothing too. So, anyway, but yeah, it's funny how vernacular changes through the years. What meant something then is different now. And
Oh, yeah.
so yeah, sometimes us old people have to watch what we're saying. We get in trouble. Yeah, the last thing we want to do is get in trouble with young people because they can hurt us.
We'll just let you know so you don't do it
Yeah,
again.
but you're a doc, you could fix me. So.
That's true.
Okay. But that in itself, I want to thank you for your service again. And combat medic, wow, you see it all. You see it all. No doubt. Yep.
Yeah.
So what else do you want to share with us today? Can people contact you by email if they need to ask a question, or
Yes.
can they do it on a website? or-
Absolutely. So the contact information that's at the bottom of the supply list has my email address, which is diane.rich@viforvets.org. And then you can contact us through Facebook or through our website, which that's not really the best way to do it. And our phone number is a Virgin Islands area code, so if people can't make long distance calls, just get a message to us and we'll call them. So
Good. Well, give that number one more time, please, if you will.
yeah, that's 340, that's the area code, 201-7050.
Yeah, call with questions. If you want to make a donation, they can walk you through that.
Absolutely.
But see, me being so old school, I'm thinking email. You mentioned the Facebook. I mean, social media is the way to go. That's like
Yeah,
now.
absolutely.
So you can contact them on there first. If you contact me, do it by email. I'm just old.
I also plan on spending my Saturdays until we get this shipped off at the VFW. So if anybody has questions, I will be available the hours that they're open to answer anything that I can and let people know about a little bit more in depth about what's going on.
Good deal. And the normal hours at that post, I want to say, are 12 to 8
Yes.
during the week.
12 to 8.
And is it 12 to 3 on a Sunday?
It's
For drop-off purposes, it's all going to be secured. So
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about anything being
12
stolen.
to 8, and then Sunday is 8 to 3.
8 to 3.
Yes.
Oh, that's right, because breakfast. They serve breakfast on Sunday.
Right.
Duh. So, yeah.
They're there. It's okay.
I'm not a little goofy. I'm a lot goofy and forgetful. But in any event, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm going to make sure I can donate something out there. It might be Zori's, it might be soap, it might be some of both.
They
But
need it all.
We're gonna
so
we're
that's
gonna
okay.
get something out there for sure.
Yeah, for sure. When this just disaster after disaster happened, I was like, this is gonna be happening for a long time.
Yeah.
What can we do? And so we're going at it from like a three-pronged approach. We're immediately taking monetary donations because they do have some stuff on island that they can buy. So monetary donations will help always. And then we're going to obviously collecting supplies, the donations, that kind of stuff. Shipping it there might be a little problem. So if anybody has any knowledge on shipping, I could use it. So that's the immediate stuff we're trying to get. We're trying to get them to semi-livable conditions. So then the next thing we're going to be doing, because this is two things. It's a sprint and a marathon. It's like we got to get this stuff to them now, and it's going to take them years to rebuild. It's going to take a very long time. And so we will be doing another fundraiser and still always collecting monetary donations. With those donations, what's going to happen is, okay, well, let me back up a little. So there's 6,000 to 8,000 veterans in all of the Virgin Islands.
I didn't realize the number was that large. That's significant.
Yeah, absolutely. And about half of those are on St. Thomas and St. John. And St. Thomas is only 32 square miles, so that's a lot. And so all these veterans many, if not all, just lost their jobs. Many of them lost their homes, and they don't know what to do because obviously people can't come in because tourism is where they make their money.
Sure.
So Panama City, we get that. So these people, they need jobs, they need money, they need to live. So the long goal is that the VI for Vets is going to pay veterans to help rebuild the community.
Makes sense.
So they're going to put them to work, purpose? We need a purpose.
Sure. Yeah,
Veterans,
we have to have something to do or we get in trouble.
Yes, we do. So veterans helping veterans. And through us helping the veterans do that, we're going to rebuild a community, and it's going to take a community to rebuild a community.
Absolutely.
And so I'm putting out, this is not just for veterans. We need everyone in this community to come together
Now you're
to do
going
this.
right where I was going to go with it, because I was going to invite the entire community.
Absolutely.
If you can make any kind of a donation, whether it is material, merchandise, monetary, any of the businesses here in town, the big box stores, mom and pops, there's anything you can donate, bring it by the VFW 2185 at 2136 Sherman Avenue.
Yes.
Just north of the fairgrounds.
Right.
Across from Horns Auto Salvage.
Yes.
I almost couldn't think of that name, and I see it all the time.
Yeah.
But anyway, and get in touch with Dianne.
Yes.
or you can get in touch with me via Facebook at the Military Hour on Facebook, and I can direct you to what you need to know, who you need to talk to, or how I can help you help the VI for vets.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
Happy to do it.
Thank you so much. And finally, the third part of the third prong approach, we are going to be having a large fundraiser that's not just open to the public, but we are encouraging y'all to come. We want y'all to come. We want this to be a community effort, and it's going to happen on Veterans Day. So November 11th, which is a Saturday, we will be opening up VFW 2185, and we will have music, we will have food, there's a bouncy house, we're going to have, drumroll, a whole bunch of really great raffle items to win.
Cool.
So I'm trying to get together, and I'm hoping, and maybe I shouldn't speak yet about it, but I'm hoping to try to have 2 large things to get raffle tickets for, and that's going to be a staycation and a vacation. So I'm going to be counting very much on our community and the Virgin Island community to be donating, you know, things people can do during the day, food certificates, hotel room, that sort of thing. So we really are wanting, we need the help of the community in many aspects, in many ways. And in this community in Bay County, you know, we have so many smaller communities, like us veterans, for
Sure.
instance, the people who are parents, the scuba divers, everybody. So we want all of these communities to come together and show their support on Veterans Day to a veteran organization that is going to put veterans to work to rebuild a community that really needs our help from another tourism-based community. We definitely understand that more than I think a lot of people do.
Yep, that's the bread and butter.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, there's the ways to get in touch with me. We've already gone through that a little bit, and it will be plastered everywhere that I can possibly put it. If any of you have ideas, or you want to donate something that's specifically for the raffle, it's still all the same contact information.
Yeah, okay.
So just get up with us.
Same contact, same drop off.
Absolutely, and that is a good point. So when you come drop off supplies, that'll give you a chance to find it and know where you're going to be going to come to our hurricane party
On Veterans
Day.
Yeah. Hurricane relief party.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Forgot that word.
Good deal. Oh, yeah,
I lived in New Orleans too long.
Surprised I thought about it. But in any event, I'm going to thank you and thank John and Becca.
John and Becca.
See, I did it right that time.
You
I didn't
did.
use the full name. I used the shortened version
Yes.
of VI for Vets.
Yes.
Great idea. Absolutely great idea. I like to see that everywhere. You know, in Puerto Rico, even now, this so sorrowful 7.1 earthquake in Mexico City.
It is mind-blowing,
I can't
everything that's
fathom it.
happening.
Yeah, I can't fathom it. And, you know, just came off of Irma. Thankfully, we were unscathed here in the Panama City area.
Very lucky. Very
yeah.
fortunate.
And then along comes Maria, and now, of course, she's flattened Puerto Rico. They're talking almost possibly 6 months to get power back on.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
No, which is one of the reasons we're here, because Puerto
Generators.
Rico's a bigger, nicer, more developed island.
Oh, sure.
So this storm, you know, they might not have power back for a year to the whole. They do have power in some places, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Mainly the tourist places, which they need that for the economy. But yeah, so some of them are going to be 6 months, a year out without power.
Yeah. Put yourself in those shoes for just a minute.
Yeah.
How long do you think you could do without the pleasantries and necessities of electrical power? Aren't many people that can do it.
No, it's the least fun camping experience I can imagine.
I hear you. Yeah, for me at my age, yeah, it would be too. It's like, yeah. And I have a lot of friends that go, real quick, they call it glamping.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have these big glamorous, I'm like, well, what's the point?
Yeah.
Just get a tent. I don't want to do that anymore. I did enough of it, but I don't want to pull my house behind me to go somewhere. No offense, brothers and sisters, but that's your thing.
Right.
And they go, you ought to buy one. No, not going to do it. Just, when I can, I'll ride my motorcycle. That's good enough for me.
Right.
So,
Nice.
Anyways,
Nice. Yeah.
but Dianne, it's been a pleasure. And I'm so thankful that you guys are doing this and that you brought it up, and more thankful that you came out and the door's open.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome to come back anytime.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
just-
You heard there was a need and you said, hey, you want to come?
Let's do it.
It was
Yeah.
awesome. I
Yeah.
couldn't thank you more. This is
Oh.
great.
No, this is just about vets helping vets.
Yes.
Get the word out. It ain't about me.
Yeah.
It just is not about me. Believe me.
It's about VI for vets right now.
That's it.
Right.
Exactly.
VI for vets.
Thanks again, sister.
All right. Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it. Really do.
Yeah. Thank you.
Caleb, cut me off before I say something else stupid.